We are Paranormal Task Force, a St. Louis-based paranormal investigation team.
We've been everywhere and we've seen it all, and we do it the real way.
We're at Eastern State Penitentiary, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, possibly one of the creepiest places in the United States. It's a great place to bring our new recruits to test their courage and see how well they can handle the darkness.
Oh my God!
By the end of the next 2 days, we hope that the 2 recruits will be officially members of the Paranormal Task Force.
We just want to see if these 2 recruits have exactly what it takes.
All right, let's get started with our equipment. Okay, there's a lot of equipment that people have. There's a ton of technical gadgets out there. Starting out, keep it simple. You know, understand the basics first, then you can move up to the high-priced, expensive, exceptionally cool toys. Let's go ahead and we'll pull one out. Night vision camera. Very cool. Dark, pitch black. Power it up. Lights up everything in green, night vision. If it's pitch black out, look through this, you don't need a flashlight. Whether you use it on video or photography is up to you. There's certain points where if you're walking down a dark corridor like this, looking in to the individual cells, having on the video is the optimal thing for that.
Are you taking pictures of me?
Yeah.
In night vision?
Let's pull out our flashlight. Obviously, very important. 90% of investigations are in the dark. Okay, it is essential, all right? Let's pull out your big plastic pack here. Baby powder. People are saying they hear footsteps up above us on the platform in front of the cells. Sprinkle baby powder down. See if those steps result in actually getting footprints in the baby powder, all right?
Okay.
Before you use baby powder, make sure you get permission from whoever owns the property that you're investigating, because this, always ask permission, all right? Tape. Tape down extension cords where people are going to be walking, so that way nobody trips, nobody falls. Chalk to mark your way. Spare batteries. All the equipment run on different batteries. Spirits can drain the energy from your equipment. They like to draw on that energy, gives them more energy to manifest, to speak, to do whatever, to become a little bit stronger. So always, always, always make sure you have spare batteries. One of the most important tools, pen and paper. Always make notes on an investigation. Just write down the time and exactly what you heard and where you heard it. The watch. May not seem important, very important. You need to know what time it is when you're doing an investigation, when something happened, so we can write down in your log.
Dude, that is kind of creepy. What time is it? I'll write it down in the log.
It's like 8:48.
Digital voice recorder. Use those for EVP sessions. Electronic voice phenomenon. The spirits can communicate with us at frequencies and hertz levels that we cannot hear with the human ear. The motion detector, pretty self-evident. These get set up in areas that you know people are not going to be walking through, and you communicate to the fact where you are setting up the motion detectors at. Infrared thermometer. This is an aim and point tool. This is going to measure the ambient air. EMF detector. Ghosts are energy. All right. So what you're trying to do is pick up that magnetic energy that the ghost has. That's what we're looking for.
Okay.
Digital camera. On any investigation, Paranormal Task Force, probably 500 pictures on that minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely want to get a lot of photos of the walls because of what we captured earlier.
When you point and you shoot, you keep it still until you hear that click. Otherwise, any movement can cause anomalies in your picture. Everything will look blurry, you can get doubles, and you look at it and you're like, yeah! And then people come back and you're like, no, you moved your camera. Okay? That's pretty much everything in our bags, but the most important tool is the investigator and the investigator's senses. Always keep your senses, your wits about you. All right? When you hear something, don't start hollering, don't start screaming. You know, common sense. Think it through. What could that be? Stand still and listen. If you hear a noise, if you hear footsteps, and you're walking, stop and listen. And listen for the environment around you.
I mean, here's one thing we don't want to hear. Did you hear that? Oh, what was that? It was over there. No, I didn't hear it. What do you think you heard? That's not what we want to hear, because by the time you've actually figured out what you heard, the energy's actually gone. Just keep that in mind as well. So.
It's okay to get excited. I get excited, you know, but I keep it inside. You know, my heart may be beating 1,000 miles a minute, you know, but I'm standing still and I'm listening. And I'm trying to figure out where it came from. You know, what could it be? You know, what do I need to do?
Okay.
All right, we've gone through all the equipment. One last thing that you need, your Paranormal Task Force t-shirts.
Oh, this is great.
Neat t-shirts. Once you get those on, we'll pack up our bags and we'll go get started. Here's your backpacks
There you go.
with equipment.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, let's walk down. Let's go get started.
We are Paranormal Task Force, a St. Louis-based paranormal investigation team.
We've been everywhere and we've seen it all, and we do it the real way.
We're at Eastern State Penitentiary, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, possibly one of the creepiest places in the United States. It's a great place to bring our new recruits to test their courage and see how well they can handle the darkness.
Oh my God.
By the end of the next 2 days, we hope that the 2 recruits will be officially members of the Paranormal Task Force.
We just want to see if these 2 recruits have exactly what it takes.
Ghosts really interest me because it's something that's beyond our world.
I've always been one, I need an explanation for things.
It's something that's not known.
Kind of want to find out some more.
All right, wanted to tell you guys a story about Eastern State Penitentiary. A few years after they closed, there was actually, the place was overrun by cats. A lot of cats. And these cats kept multiplying. I mean, we're talking a lot of cats. And the Humane Society stepped in, they had all the cats fixed, and now there were no cats here at all. The reason why I bring that up is that there are hidden around the penitentiary 30 statues of cats to commemorate these. And if you look up right over there, do you see the cat? Mm-hmm. You may not know that unless you've done your history of the place. So it's very important. Little stories that you may not think are significant really are. Because if I were walking around here at night and I saw that and didn't know my history, I would think that there's probably a cat, but once the cat didn't move for a while, I might think, well, that's a ghost cat. So that's the real importance of knowing where you're at and knowing the stories. Another thing that we were talking about was work together as a team. Always work together as a team.
I'm gonna get my EMF out if you're using the dowsing rods, just to confirm anything that we possibly find.
Just make sure there's not wires or anything underneath me.
If you find that, you're having an issue with someone, you just simply step aside and let somebody else do it. You never want to jeopardize an investigation. That's the most important thing.
I mean, one thing that we haven't covered is an environment like this, Eastern State Penitentiary. Obviously, we have permission to be here. Never trespass.
These roofs are barred off for a reason.
I'm not climbing back there.
You're a guest here. You're a guest for your client, for whoever owns the building, or you're a guest for the spirits. Always be respectful towards anything. We at PTF never provoke. That's just not our way. To me, that is incredibly disrespectful. That's not to say that you can't use trigger items or you can't call something out, but do it in a respectful way.
Always have contact numbers of the local police, local fire brigade, ambulance, stuff like that. That's very important. People do get injured, even if it's only a minor thing. You may need to call an ambulance or the police or whatever.
You can always tell someone where you're going.
I think I want to look on this side a little. I've been on that other side the whole time.
At the PTF, we always let people know where we're going during an investigation, whether it be your spouse, mom, dad, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Tell them, you know, approximately what time you're going to be leaving and what time you're coming back. You'll never really know your return time because investigations vary, that kind of thing. And again, that's a safety thing.
And there's one other thing that we haven't covered so far, and that's basically the clothes that you wear. You have to be respectful there, as again, no cut-off shorts, no flip-flops, and again, really that's for a safety thing as well.
It just takes the one person on the team to screw up to give the entire team a bad name. And you got the one person that goofs off, is silly, is not respectful. Even though it's just that one individual, they're representing the Paranormal Task Force. And that's any place we go, no matter where we're at, we're always representing a part of Paranormal Task Force. So, you guys have any questions about that?
Nope.
All right. Just be careful, but most of all, have a good time doing it, you know?
Okay.
Sounds good.
Very good.
We are Paranormal Task Force, a St. Louis-based paranormal investigation team.
We've been everywhere and we've seen it all, and we do it the real way.
We're at Eastern State Penitentiary, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, possibly one of the creepiest places in the United States. It's a great place to bring our new recruits to test their courage and see how well they can handle the darkness.
Oh my God.
By the end of the next 2 days, we hope that the 2 recruits will be officially members of the Paranormal Task Force.
We just want to see if these 2 recruits have exactly what it takes.
What we're going to do is we're going to cover the EMF meter. These EMF meters come with a sensor. If you have a look there, that device that I plugged in, that is your sensor. So if you have a look again, just to recap, the button in the middle, that turns it on and off. Excellent. Okay, if you have a look at the side, you see that there's a high and a low? Mm-hmm. Okay. What we prefer that to be on is high. So if you keep that on high. And also next to that, there's a volume control. Okay, so whenever that tone makes a noise, you can actually turn that down so you don't hear it, but you'll still see the flashing light. Yeah, just like that there. Okay. All right. Now then, you'd probably think to yourself, why is it important to use an EMF meter? Well, some of the theories is that whenever there's a spirit in the area, it either produces energy or it takes energy from the surrounding area. When there is a presence, sometimes you will see the needle go up. You will see an increase in the magnetic field within the area. It might not always set the noise off, but again, keep an eye on the meter.
When you're using an EMF detector, any EMF detector, if it goes off,